So just finished putting the new Warmoth Jazzmaster together. Warmoth neck, Warmoth Jazzmaster, EMG 81X, bridge pickup only. We have all the EMG solderless connections in here, Schaller 425 bridge. Everything fits under here, including the battery box, which is in the body cavity because we only have one pickup and no tone selection. There was plenty of room for us to throw the battery box in there, so that's in here. What we're going to do now is string up the guitar and then plug it into the amp and see how it sounds. So this is the first time I'll get to hear this thing going, but really excited because I've never had an active pickup before, and I'm really looking forward to it and hearing what it's going to sound like on that Fender PA 75-watt head with the Mesa Boogie 412 half cab. It's going to be pretty sick. So I have two sets of strings, 946 GHS string, and then typically what I use is the Super Slinkies, the 942s from Ernie Ball. And I think I'm going to use the 946s on this one, just because it's the last set I have, and just have had these for a long time. I'm just going to throw them on and hear how it sounds. So this is super quick. This has locking tuners, which make everything so easy. I love it. If you don't have them, upgrade and get them on your guitar. You don't have to worry about winding anything. You just, all you got to do is put the string into the tuning peg, tighten the locking nut on the back, and that's it. That's all you do. Super easy. Okay, so we're going to go with these are rusted. Well, I don't know if you can see that. These, like I was saying, these I have had for a long time. And if you, well, I guess those packagings don't really keep the moisture out. Good thing this wasn't the only pack I had, but looking at everything, I mean, I've had these for a couple of years at least. There's rust on all of them. Yeah, there's rust on all of them. So we're just gonna scrap that and go with the Ernie Ball Slinkies 942s. This is a cool pack because you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 3 sets in here, which these things will last a long time. But these are good strings. That's what I have on all the other guitars. 942s. All right. Let's separate that. Keep from the trash. All right, and yep, you can feel there's no rust on these. These are perfect. Okay. And with this bridge, there's a rolling saddle that you can use to adjust your string position. Okay. And this guy in there. We'll give all the strings a good go through. G, B, E. So everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and give them a little more, one more little tug. Make sure everything, and all that like initial elasticity from the strings will make sure all that is out of the guitar. So if you know, once you do this a few times and then retune and then do it again, you'll notice that it doesn't really affect the tune. So that's kind of what we're looking for right now, is just to make sure that we've pulled all that out of there, and so the guitar doesn't go out of tune when we start playing it. So now it's pretty close, I would say, to being completely in tune. We'll get the strings up to where they need to be. Make sure they're all in tune. So the thicker strings have a little bit more give, I guess, or elasticity in them that they'll you know, give a little bit more. You'll have to kind of dial those in a little bit before you start playing. But naturally, that's what happens with all strings. So, all right, so E, A, D. Looks like everything's pretty good. So I want to do a quick intonation check and just see how far off we are with all of our intonations. And again, intonation means that when we pluck a string, and you can see where it's tuned, we're seeing that it is tuned right in the middle with this. And once we hit the 12th fret and pluck the string again, it should be in the same tune, and that's intonation. And if it's not, then we have to adjust the saddles back farther or out farther just to get it to that same distance. So I have no idea where this guitar is set up at, but let's see. All right, so the E string, low E, we are good, we're on tune. Now if we, okay, not bad, it's not bad. So it'll need a little bit of fine adjustment, but you can see. So open, this is open, and that is tuned. And then as we go down onto the 12th fret and pluck, it's a little high. Okay, so now let's try the A. So A string is dead on, and at the 12th fret, we're a little high. D, the D is a little out of tune. Okay, so D is now in tune, and then D with the 12th fret, a little high. And the G, right on the money, and open, and quite a bit high. Quite a bit high, so we'll have to adjust that. Okay, B is right on the money in open tune, and a bit high. Okay, I think I would guess that the high E is going to also be high. All right, so that's open and we're tuned. And then as we hit the the 12th fret, we're a little bit high. So yeah, these are going to need some adjusting. I'm going to have to dial these back a bit just to get the tuning into sync here. But that's not going to stop us from plugging it into the amp behind me and giving it a quick test drive. We're going to test this out for the very first time with you here. So quick rundown on the rig. This amp, what I'm playing through is 75 amp watt. It's a Fender PA, so super old tube amp, and has a clean and a dirty channel, but it's plugged into clean. And then we're playing through a Mesa Boogie cab, so I know that I've got some signal. Alright, so we have some signal. We've got volume all the way up, and nothing's coming out. So let's figure out if everything is plugged in. So you have power, you have power, you have power, you have power, you have power. So I should. Oh, one of the cables is out. Alright, so we've got sound. And this is down pretty low. Let's see what the Alright, so what I'm using for my distortion pedal, it's the KHDK Dark Blood pedal. So it's Kirk Hammett's distortion pedal, his own signature series. Pretty awesome distortion pedal. I love it. It's almost all I ever use, but nevertheless. So we've got some sound. We'll turn it up, give it a little more volume, and then just goof around and play some riffs right now, and kind of hear how this thing sounds. So this is cool. It's always fun playing a brand new guitar. We'll just make a quick adjustment, raise the pickup, put this thing closer. That way we can actually get a good idea. Played a little bit yesterday with the buddies, the band here, and it sounded pretty good. So this is still without doing any of the intonating, but dialed in some of the pedals a little bit, and been trying to just figure out how to make this guitar work with the entire setup that I'm playing through. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of playing, and we're gonna see how it sounds. All right. By the way, that's the clean sound of the amp, and this is through the KHDK pedal. jamming Sesh on the new Jazzmaster. So Warmoth body, single pickup, non-chambered, just built for heavy playing. You know, the Schaller bridge for a good sustain, but the active pickup for sustain. Got a killer Warmoth neck also. This is with the this is with rosewood. The neck wood is rosewood, but the fretboard is wenge. Pretty cool combo. Super just awesome colors. I mean, dark guitar, dark neck. Everything's looking pretty sweet. Feels awesome. Feels awesome, and it's playing awesome. And I'm super stoked on the build. I'm gonna do some more fine tuning on it, probably on the heights of the strings, heights of the pickup, and this bridge allows me to move the strings left and right on these little roller saddles. So what I'll probably do is take a closer look at my Kiesel guitar and how close their strings are, and then probably align this guitar with the same spacing between the strings, and then I'll gotta double check on what EMG says for their string to pickup height, what it should be. I know when I read the instructions it said get creative and just goof around with it, so maybe I'll just do that and then come back and let you know what I did to fine tune this, and then keep plugging away and do some more videos on how it sounds. Maybe I'll do some comparison videos on how this sounds compared to the Kiesel, because the Kiesel has the passive pickups, but it's a very unique guitar, very boutique-y kind of a guitar, and I mean equally as awesome and sounds amazing. So it'll be cool to maybe do some comparisons on how this is compared to that at the same volumes and same pedals, with the same amp and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool, because I will be I'll be looking into that myself just to see what the differences are in the guitars. So my goal is to be able to pick either one up and feel, you know, and have them feel the same, so I don't get lost when I'm playing anything. But so far they feel really awesome. Like the access on the neck, especially for the Jazzmaster body, it's pretty sweet, because your pinky is at your lowest fret, and on, you know, a lot of guitars you're extending your wrist out to get to that bottom fret. I don't necessarily play down here. I may never actually have ever played these last 5 frets here. Nevertheless, it feels good. This body feels good. The neck feels good. Everything feels pretty awesome, and I'm pretty excited about how this thing turned out, and I'm glad it worked on the first try without having to take the thing apart and look at why. But you know, a lot of that's because of the EMG system, where you don't have to solder anything. You just plug it in, follow the wiring diagram, and you're good to go. So that made it really, really killer, really easy for me to install and put together and play without having to do too much to it. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions. Thanks.